How do we prevent uh, the alphabetic symbols meanings? All right, that is a question for number 97 on the list of the 144 fractal faculties of the Tree of Life. And if you'd like to uh, just brush up on your Tree of Life, just watch my video called Tree of Life, an Introduction. It's about 10 minutes. And it'll just give you a little refresher so that you're more able to follow along with all of these videos. And also will help you, what will help you is my free guide to the 144 fractal faculties. It's just a listing with about 2-3 sentences, maybe a little more for the later ones, on each one of the fractals. And it's especially helpful for the early ones, the first 84 or so, just to get your mind around, kind of each sphere, what they mean. It helps you to just kind of figure out how these different spheres can be applied in real life and to real life situations. And then, you can refer back and you can kind of be able to see it all at once. And that's all for free if you just click the link in the description. I'll send it out to you stat. Okay, now number 97 today, as we look at the Tree of Life, recall the tree is more or less a map of our consciousness. And each one of these circles or spheres here is an aspect of our consciousness, or a potential of our consciousness, a capability of our consciousness, a faculty of our consciousness. And there's really 12 of these faculties, which include the abyss here and the 0 above the tree. So 1 through 10 plus 0 plus the abyss makes a total of 12 different faculties. Now today, for number 97, we've moved into the third sphere. So we're here at the third sphere. That's where we're centered. And the third sphere is really our faculty of omnipotence. This is one of our divine faculties. This triangle here is our divine faculties, omnipotence, omniscience, and omnipresence. So omnipotence here is the third sphere. And omnipotence really is all powerful. And power has to do in the third sphere with sound power, the power of the word, and also has to do with synchronized sound. So not only sound, but sound at the right time with the right timing, and also at the right pitch, which also has to do with timing. And here at the seventh sphere, we declared really our sacred mission, or our mission in life, our higher purpose in life. And at the third sphere, we're able to actually fulfill that mission, because we are able to use our sound power to fulfill the various spheres that we need to fulfill as we move up the tree. And this is most powerfully seen in mantra. So, chanting mantra over and over, and that basically allows us to activate the various spheres. So each one of the spheres has a different sound quality to it that kind of activates that faculty. So the power is really being able to know and to utilize the sounds that unlock the different faculties of consciousness that we already do have. So this is just fulfilling our potentiality, our potency, and our power. Okay, so there are more things about the third sphere that will be coming out later as we go along. But the thing to remember is just we are centered here in the third sphere. That's one of our 12 faculties. But to get from the 12 faculties to the 144 fractal faculties, what we're basically doing is taking the tree of life to the second power. So what we're doing is taking the whole tree, all 12 faculties, and shrinking it down to the size of just one sphere and applying it to each sphere. So here at the 10th sphere, we've got a mini 10th sphere inside the 10th sphere. We have a mini 9th sphere and a mini 8th sphere and a mini 7th sphere. And the same is true with all of the spheres. We have a mini or a fractal sized tree inside each sphere. So we break down each one of the 12 faculties into its 12 parts. 12 times 12 is 144. So in this case, for number 97, we're applying the whole tree to the third sphere, and we're looking at the 10th fractal of the third sphere. So the 10th sphere within the third sphere. And if we want to know what the 10th sphere is about, if you recall, this has to do with our survival, our instinct, our faculty of instinct, or self-preservation. This is the law of the jungle, kill or be killed. The state of nature. It also has to do with the health of the body. It has to do with, being able to, keep ourselves alive and our species alive. And it also has to do with defilements that inhibit that life force. Okay, so this has to do with the life force, but also the inhibiting of the life force. So these things are, and it also has to do with the body, the material. And so when we kind of superimpose this 10th sphere onto this already third sphere territory, which it has to do again with the sound power and the omnipotence, that's where we get number 97, which is called syllables of power. Stage number 97 is about the power, not the meaning, and not the harmony of each letter, each syllable. Another dimension of language, the third dimension of language. Sorry, dreamers, but sometimes we can't even try to get a symbol's meaning. Many symbols, the letters, have no meaning at all, but only power. What is power? Power moves, but is never moved. Power moves, but the universe itself moves. It is made of motion, and motion is the relationship between space and time. Space and time are identical, except that they are reciprocals of each other in motion. More time, less space. More space, less time. Space is empty, time is full. Space is straight, time is curved. Time fills space, and space empties or excavates time. They both are three-dimensional, and they both have scalar aspects that progress in all directions. All physical entities and activities are expressible in terms of time and space only. Well, so what is power then in terms of time and space? Power is 1 divided by space, which is also energy, which is time divided by space, per time, energy per time. The speed of energy transfer, luminosity. Or the inverse of space, which is time, or the square root of time, because the time region is automatically a 2-dimensional zone. Space is inverse time, really the square root of inverse time. And likewise, time is inverse space, the square root of inverse space. Power. Power is only good. Evil has no power and has to steal it from us. Letters are just inverse matter, so-called antimatter, where matter is made out of time, filling three-dimensional space. Inverse matter, or sound, is made of space, emptying three-dimensional time. Holes in silence, or full time. Intervals in time and in pitch. Letters are cosmic elements. So there is a cosmic nitrogen, a cosmic carbon, and a cosmic phosphorus, N, C, and P, for example, etc. These are consonants that combine with a vowel to make a syllable. Cosmic atoms come from the cosmic or inverse world that interpenetrates our material world. We cannot see inverse matter, even with a microscope, but we can hear it. We hear in three-dimensional time, in the IJK dimensions, and we see the imaginary dimensions. We see in 3D space in XYZ dimensions. Objects made of time matter. So we see in three-dimensional space objects made of time or matter. And we hear in time objects made of space or inverse matter, rhythms and harmonic intervals. Notes are holes in silence or full time. Each consonant represents a motion combination. Three criteria. One, what is the location of articulation in the mouth? That is the C component of the atomic configuration, or the inverse atomic configuration. Two, is it voiced, which is the B component? And three, what is the flow or manner of articulation, which is the A component? So A is the novelty, B is the smoothing, and C is the electrical quality of the atomic configuration. Inverse atomic configuration. The individual syllables can be chanted, repeated, or channeled after learning to synchronize them. Chanting at the exact time the slope of the wave is at its maximum. Sound is inherently spiral shaped. As we go up in pitch, the octaves repeat on a higher scale each time. We hear about 10 octaves, 10 spiral loops, each twice as big as the one before. Okay, that is number 97, the 10th fractal of the third sphere, syllables of power. And we'll have much more to say about that as we move along. I literally have several other pages of notes here of things that I haven't worked into this narrative yet. A, because I don't understand it well enough. B, because I haven't been able to summarize it in a more succinct manner. And, you know, maybe just kind of waiting for more information so I can get it together a little bit better. But anyway, number 97 there on the tree. So thanks for sticking around till the end of the video, and stay tuned for upcoming videos in this series. Number 98 will be rolling out tomorrow, most likely. And again, if you'd like to get a listing of those 144 fractal faculties for free, just click the link in the description and I'll send that out to you. If you have money burning a hole in your pocket and you'd like to donate to the project, just look for my Cash App and Venmo addresses there, also in the description. We'll have some more videos coming up also on other subjects in this channel. And most of the material that was gathered here for this particular fractal comes from the reciprocal system of theory from Dewey B. Larson and his followers, including Dr. Bruce Perret. And we will be getting into a thorough study of the reciprocal system coming up here as soon as we get done with this Tree of Life stuff, and some of it might even start before then. Might get into some introductory material here in the next month or so. So keep in mind all of that. Otherwise, have a great day, and we hope to see you soon on this channel.